Welcome back to a Game of Thrones pod, and we start this episode with a prosperity event of all things. I wasn't expecting this. Pike has benefited greatly from being the capital of a prosperous realm that is the Kingdom of the Iron Isles. Immigrants are flocking to the city, and traders frequently visit the markets. If this population boom is made permanent, a plan of expanded fortifications for the city needs to be made. So we spent 400 gold to gain a new city in Pike. Gain Gilded River Village in... Oh, right, so it's not actually a... Oh, I see. So this is actually an expansion event where we're upgrading the base province, or the base building in the province. So we can spend 400 gold where it should be normally 490 according to that. But I thought you had to improve holding to get that to work. Well, it says never. Maybe with cities then you have to rely on these events. In that case, I'm definitely going to do it because I've never seen this before. That's the assumption I'm going to make. It's given us Gilded River Village, which has definitely given us some extra bonuses there. That's quite nice. Okay, sure. Now, we haven't been at war for a while, so we are losing prestige here. Let me just get everything sorted out, and then I'll discuss sort of what's happening, what our plan is. So first, we're going to get you collecting taxes. You can oversee the realm, and you can serve at our court. We'll get this guy training our children now, because we do have a son. He's not great. He doesn't have any of the congenital traits that I think we have. What do we have? We have tall and brilliant, and our wife has tall and brilliant as well. So we'll look for a son with both of those before we sort of decide which one we want to be our heir. Now, we've got some options here. So to launch invasions, which is obviously what we want to do, while the Iron Throne is as splintered as it is, if we look at the north as well, complete mess. We could launch like a small invasion on these three provinces, one here, you know, and sort of sweep up provinces here and there. Obviously the Trident as well as our main goal. However, we can't do that because we need some sort of prerequisites before. We can't even see what we need because we are bankrupt. But we need a trait out of ambitious, ruthless, or zealous. Then we also need 75% of our vassals to be our realm strength and also in the loyalist faction. Or if we're particularly strong and our vassals are weak, so they can't make up the 75% strength of their liege, we need to have all of them in the crown loyalists, which is quite difficult to do. Now, we've got some quite interesting vassals here. So firstly, we've got Lord Reaver Cragorn the Tyrant, who's our uncle of House Hangmire. So he's quite a loyal vassal. We've got our brother-in-law, Lord Meldred. Who's this? Our vassal, Lord Reaver Will. I don't think we have anything particularly... No, we don't have anything in particular with this guy. He's actually just a legitimate vassal. We've got this guy here, Lord Vicon, who's our friend and actually the leader of the Crown Loyalist faction. Then over here we have Magister Dagon Popeye, who's also our friend. So really the only vassal we haven't really got much going on with is this guy here, Lord Reaver Will. Now we could always go carousing or something like that, try and become friends with him. Or, there's another option. You don't need any of that if you have been elected in a king's moot, so if the vassals have already thrown their support behind you in the form of a democratic election. Now, we could do that. We do get a lot of bonuses for also being elected a king. It's obviously more prestigious rather than just inheriting. We can switch to elected monarchy if we've reigned for 10 years. Downside to this is we could lose the Iron Islands again, similar to the Republic-style election. But I don't think we will. Obviously, we can set it up so our children get a lot of prestige by giving them artifacts. Valyrian Steel Sword, obviously, we've got kicking around in our house. A lot of you want to see Valyrian Steel Armor, and I'll try and have a look for some of that during this episode, see if we can't get some of that before the end. Not only that, but they'll be more prestigious just because of their house as well. House Hor obviously carries a lot of prestige with it. They'll also have better base stats in the form of congenital traits, and hopefully good education, because the AI is notoriously bad at education. However, if we get someone that's like a tall, genius, formidable fighter, something along those lines, he'll also be more likely to be voted for compared to everyone else, because it's picked out of all of our vassals and our vassal and the heir of the current king, I think is the way it works, or the family of the current king. So, all we've got to do is make sure our vassals are pretty crap. And to be honest, looking at them now, we've got a tyrant with gout here, we've got a dishonorable craven. He's got some other good traits though, so we could potentially see him. Or we've got ugly. I don't think we've got much competition, especially as we also hold one of the main... Well, two of the main duchies, the 2 out of the 4 duchies over here, and then, of course, the duchy we made for Lonely Light. They can't win the election either because they are Republic, so they're sort of out of the running. I think it's possible that an elected monarchy will just be beneficial for us entirely. I hope I made a good point for that. Anyway, we're bankrupt. What does that mean? Well, let's go to the Trade League and see if we can't craft some things. Now, we do have gems, and we have gold. And I also think we have a mission as well. Now, the dev did clarify that if Oh, do we not have the... Oh, we do still have the mission. I think it is to deliver jewelry. Anyway, market special interest. Now, if you deliver things as a good as part of a mission, you apparently get compensated extra for that. So it's not like going to the market and selling it. Say, we'll give you 200 gold. If you deliver it as part of the mission, you might get 250 gold or something like that. So, have them make you a crown with gold and silver. Oh, awesome. Okay. Give them gold and gems so they can make you a box of jewelry. So that's what we want. Was that instantaneous? I've forgotten from when we did it last time. We've only done it once before, so I need to do this more often, I think. Well, they're taking the goods at least, so we'll give them some time. I imagine it takes a while. There we go. The jewelers bring you a box full of rings, bracelets, necklaces, and other jewelry made from the golden gems. And we also get 225 gold from that anyway. Right, so what we want to do now is we want to go and deliver trade goods. Why can't we do that? Is it because we're... why can't we do that? There's no conditions on the tooltip, so I'm not actually sure right now. We do have... Maybe it was multiple boxes? Is that a possibility? Let me just make sure we've actually got it here and the game hasn't. Yeah, a box of jewelry. We've definitely got it. Okay, I'll unmark that special interest. Why don't we hide the trade leader decision and reopen it? Maybe it's just the game having some tooltip issues. No, we can't right now. Okay, not sure why. We could always cancel the mission and just sell the jewelry, I guess. Might be worth it just because we're in a bit of a money deficit anyway. I don't know why, but we've only got 175 gold. Did I... Oh, right, of course we bought that village at the start. Even so, I'm sure we had more than that when I left off. Anyway, why don't we just sell them then? Let's go to the market and just turn them over. Well, looking out at what the various shops have to offer, a man calls out to you. He claims to have the greatest offer for you. 2 stacks of silk cloths for the price of 1. This is clearly a scam. 857 gold for silk. Call him out on a scam. You caught the fraud. Ask for what you paid for. Now, we can spend 857 for 2 stack of silk cloths there. Threaten to report him. Get 100 assets. Silk is very valuable, or at least it was sort of in the medieval times, which is when Game of Thrones sort of based around. So, maybe this is a good deal. Again, without having bought silk before, I haven't really got a gauge for it. Why don't we threaten to report him, just see what happens? Because we know the outcome of that, and I'm kind of interested on what happens. So, he offers you 4 heartily discounted sets of military equipment in exchange for your pardon. You don't even have to pay the 1,000 coins right away, offers them to you on credit. Ah. Okay, so we can still take 4 crates of weapons and armor for 1,000 gold, which I assume is just the equivalent of, like, taking out a loan. So imagine we'll get a modifier that will eventually tick down. We can still report him again 200 assets. Now, yeah, we've got a pretty decent amount of assets. Take the silk. What did the silk do for us? I don't quite remember. Although we could try and craft with the silk, I suppose, whereas the weapons and armor is obviously a finished good. So, yeah, let's take the silk. I'm happy to take the silk. Why not? I don't know who this is. Right, send the jewelry shipment. Right, there we go. Okay, the man from the League is ready to deliver the jewelry shipment for you. He also has your payment. I wonder why... I don't know why that is. Very weird. Maybe the mission just detected that we actually had the good and asked for it. Send it. Absolutely. Right, that's going to give us 746 gold, 100 assets. Perfect. We'll do nothing for now. I wonder if the influence affects much about the society. So obviously in the base game, say with, let's say Devil Worshippers, for example, the influence they have affects the, affects some of the abilities that you have. So, for example, abducting people is a lot quicker if the society has a higher influence. Now, I wonder if that's true with this, whether or not influence maybe affects the value of trade goods or something like that. I know it also affects how likely people are to join the society as well, so... Okay, fair enough. Let's carry on. We had a son. Oh, look at that. Genius and tall. You are exactly what we wanted. Eric. Why don't we go with Harren? Because he's going to be our direct heir, and probably the one... Seeing as we're not going to be able to do as much with this guy as I was hoping, he might be the one to actually lead the army. It's brilliant and tall already. Already 8 stewardship at age 0. Pretty great. Horde bloodline doesn't actually give any stat bonuses. I thought it did, but that doesn't matter. Should we take Stig as our ward? I mean, this guy likes us anyway. Minus 15. Oh, sure, why not? It's not like I'm training anyone else right now. Right, so. Our son. I kind of want to educate my son now in hindsight. Let's see here. What have we got? We could give him to... Actually, our wife is a very good character. Charitable, temperate. She's craven, which could be an issue. We've got a just character here. No, we don't necessarily want to change him to stewardship. I'm actually going to make this guy a martial character. Will we a martial character? We are, okay. But we also have pretty bad traits that we don't really want to pass down to our heir. So you know what? Let's start training him in martial. See who we've got around. Diligent, ambitious. Also craven there. It's a bit of a downside. Skilled commander. Okay. It's just above a certain stat. So I think above 15 he should be good. Let's go for... You know what? I've changed my mind. Stig, I'm sorry. You can have someone else. He'll accept it anyway, so it's not exactly a downside, assuming we give him a good... Why don't you educate your own son? There we go. No downside to it, because he's offering... we're offering his son to him as a ward, and he thinks that's obviously a great thing. Okay, let's educate our own son here. At least he gives us some choice over the outcomes from his childhood events. Right, we need a new priest. Gavin. Let's go Reaving, why not? I would take Northern Essos. What does Dawn want to do then? So we've got to pay back, oh no, I didn't take the weapons and armor in the end, did I? So let's find out what we can do. We want to contact those artisans as soon as we can, just to see what we can make with that. Have the goods for at least one recipe. Okay, so we're going to have to buy something else to craft the silk with, I assume. Unless the silk is a finished good, I suppose it could always be, couldn't it? Alright, we've got wool cloth, silver ingots, box of jewellery, we've still got one, okay. I wonder if then this is a finished good. I imagine potteries are a finished good as well. Maybe we should just set up a stall and start selling them in that case. Can we buy some stalls? I've got to remember how to do it now. It's been a while since I've actually done a huge amount with the trade guild. I'll remember for Chris trade guild. We're not high enough rank? Yeah, that would be it. Okay, sure. Let's wait till we level up. We might as well wait till we get to the top level just so we get the most bonuses out of it, I suppose. Speaking of which, I'll captain her myself. Right, let's look for some Valyrian steel armor while we're getting everything sorted out ready so we can actually invade without having to bribe all of our vassals into a faction. Now, if I type in Valyrian steel armor exactly as it's spelt, in theory it should. Armor? Right, okay. Let's just take a look. So he's got Valyrian steel dagger, sure. Why don't we just type in Valyrian steel? It's not many characters look through, so it doesn't matter too much. He's got a Zorse. Okay. Dragonbone axe. Whoa, cool. Okay. Valyrian steel dagger again. I don't think anybody will have Valyrian steel armor. It's incredibly rare, so... chances are there aren't any kicking around. Now, normally you have to go on a mission to Valyria to actually get it. We don't have that option either. I'm not sure what the prerequisites are to going on that mission. You set it as an ambition to get Valyrian steel. Obviously, because we've already got it, that might be something to do with it, now that I think about it. Maybe if we grant Kago's Folly to our son. Actually, it's listed as our house's ancestral sword, though, isn't it? So, also, one of you pointed out I didn't have it equipped, and you were absolutely right. Because it's listed as our ancestral sword, I imagine we probably aren't able to get another one just because we stole that in an event. Alright, well, we might be in trouble for getting armor in that case. For the Alliance. If anybody knows how to get Valyrian steel armor without having to go on the ambition mission, then let me know. High Admiral, yeah, okay, he's pretty good. Attack. Price well paid. So this is going to help build up some of that gold that we wasted. Why am I over my... oh, right, because we're Regency. I pointed that out last episode. I was like, oh, I need to get my stewardship a little bit so we can actually hold the lands we've got. Forgetting completely that I had a regent for that time. Nope, you are dead. Alright, how long till we can actually affect the election? Then let's have a look at the history of the title and just see how long we've been reigning for. So, oh, 10 years exactly, sure. Can we actually set it up so it's elective now? No regency, right. Okay, so when we get back from this, we can try and get elected as the, or at least we'll have to wait for our son to get elected. As the, what do they call it? The Salt King? The, I don't know what they call it. Anyway. Right, let's increase the guard. Try and get rid of these smugglers' rings from where I went into debt. And let's buy some caravans as well. Or at least buy some stalls. What do we need for that? Okay, we're out travelling. Got to be home, apparently. Get the vassal. Now, I probably want to save some of those. Do we... Let's just take a look at what we've actually got. I was going to say we might want to save some of these trade goods so that we can use them on our provinces when we go raiding, or more specifically invasion of the Trident. Because these do increase, let's have a look at that. Levy size, retinue, military, price influenced by wars and festivities, right, sure. Taxation, prestige, and the economy. Yeah, levy size is definitely going to be useful. So I've got to remember to use some weapons and armor on my provinces before we actually go to war. Taxation prestige. These, I assume... Yeah, I was going to say winter supplies taxation. Lower revolt risk as well. That's pretty useful to remember. We could send some of those to the Trident. Bag of meat. Prosperity wars, festivities, and supply shipments used to improve morale. Oh, interesting. Okay. So we use the meat and the creative weapons. We should be in a pretty good position. I don't think we lose anyway, but we might as well get all the bonuses we can, just in case we're, they can hire a bunch of troops. I know, there's plenty of variables in there. Alright, buy stalls and caravans. Let's buy a stall. And what do we want to do? We probably want to, oh, we need 150 assets still. Why don't we place a finished goods stall and actually try and sell some of our finished goods? Because I'm assuming that's what we've got the most of. Now, I'm going to guess that the quality is indicative of whether or not it's finished. So these are quality 5, it's quality 4, and I assume the potteries are finished as well. Oh, okay, I guess the quality just reflects the actual value of the goods then. I thought maybe finished goods might have a higher quality, but that would make sense that pottery and jewellery weren't the same quality in hindsight. Morale of armies, sure, why not? Speaking of which, we've got high morale. Let's go raiding. Holy shit, we have a lot of troops. 44,000. Good work. Alright, everybody head to Pike. Jesus, this is going to be a big raid. Why don't we go and hit the actual Iron Throne itself? They got lots of treasures. Lots of gold as well. Mark them as raiders. We will lead the troops. Odd. You've got one marshal. You're sacked. Crackhorn replaced with Graydon. Alright, let's get to it. And let's actually merge our troops here. Right, okay. What's going on with the Iron Throne? I've completely forgotten. Oh, yeah, they're wildlings, aren't they? Yeah, no, I remember. Everything's completely messed up. My cause is just Lonely Light. So this guy's actually going to war. He's going for a revolt against it. I don't really want to have him arrested. The rightful ruler of Lonely Light. So he has the castle of Lonely Light. Okay, I'm just going to brand him a traitor so that way they can decide what they want to do with him if they capture him in war. Also, it gives us, in the future, if he becomes a rebellious vassal, something like that, gives us reason to punish him. Religious studies. If we can get zealous, obviously that would allow us to launch an invasion, assuming we can also convince our vassals. Hello, King's Landing. What have you got for me? Oh, there's not any treasure here, because I assume this idiot, who's actually got all the... Wait, where are they all? Maybe House Baratheon inherited them in the Stormlands? Okay, where are all the crowns? There's still plenty of treasure to get here, and we're going to fight some, I assume, wildlings or something. Hello. 40,000 ironborn here. We were here to steal your treasure, but it turns out you haven't actually got any. Excellent news. Might as well have sorted down seeing as we're taking attrition anyway. Have his family put in the dungeon, why not? Alyssa, she is brilliant. Okay, she will actually make a fine salt wife. Now, of course, with salt wives, as we've seen it before, they do tend to get a little angry at us. So let's send her some gold. Laura Warcorn has requested an ordinance. She's willing to pay gold to get out of custody. Absolutely. Off you go. And who are you? You will make a fine salt wife? Absolutely not. You're passive. No, thank you. I owe nothing. I feel like we're proper Ironborn now, actually, turning up at King's Landing and just torching the place. They brought a God's Wood instead of the Scepter Baelor. Did this convert to Wildling? It's still Kingslander. Weird. Just looks like a God's Wood. I assume that's done by the owner's culture in that case, rather than the province culture. What about you? You any good? Nope. Not at all. How much gold are we making from this? Probably check. We've already made 474 gold on top of the gold that we're already getting from everywhere else at this stage. Release all the prisoners. There's low enough value. We've got some salt wives again. She's immaculate. Former Southron. What is that? Okay. She's 35, but she is immaculate, though. Okay, fair enough. Might be worth keeping her around just because we can keep the immaculate trait in court. We might even be able to have some kids with the immaculate trait and marry them together eventually as cousins. So our descendants of our descendants might hopefully keep that trait. Keep it in the family a little bit. Alright. Good raid. You're useless and you're useless. Alright, what do we get from that then in total? 623 gold, not too bad. Question is, where are all the Baratheon trinkets? Because that's what I want to know right now. Hightower Crown? Oh, right. Yeah, he's a Hightower, isn't he? Right. He's... Sorry, where are you? Tolosi slave raid on the Stormlands. He's taken boats over to Tolos. Right. Why not? So I want to find, let's just type in Crown and see where they've all ended up. I'm going to sort by rank, because I assume the highest rank will hold them. It could be you, I guess. Crown of Dawn. Okay, and we know that you don't have them. Have they all been destroyed? Just maybe lost during succession? Sir Amori Lannister has the Tyrell Crown. Yep, of course. Robert Hawthorne, Hero's Crown. Where the hell are they? There's a Lannister there. She might have it. Lannister Crown, okay. Sure. And that's her husband, Lord Cavan the Usurper. This is really odd. I'm trying to think of a specific artifact. Let's go for, like, Robert's Warhammer. Do I have to type in it in... Okay, maybe they've been destroyed. Skull? What about the Dragon Skull? Meraxes, I think is how you spell it. Nope. Alright, well, I think they're gone completely. That's a shame, because there were a lot of good trinkets that they had kicking around. Let's go hit Storm's End. Now, this is quite a difficult castle to siege. They do have a warehouse, box of jewelry, warehouse guards. Can we steal their warehouse guards? Just thinking maybe that's a possibility. Alright. Maybe we can steal their whole warehouse. Oh, we became friends with Will. That was actually the only vassal that we weren't friends with. So that's pretty good. We might actually be able to fill out our Crown Loyalist faction yet. Right, I am nothing. Hello, I'm here to steal your warehouse. Now, you can put flags on artifacts like indestructible and things like that to prevent them being stolen or destroyed during succession. So chances are we're not going to be actually able to steal a warehouse. Because that does generally make sense. Yeah, Storm's End is a very difficult castle to actually raid. Alright. Lord Treasurer, who didn't like us there? Rogan. Oh, this was the guy who branded the traitor, who actually won his war. That's a bit of a shame. Why don't we send him some gold? 517, absolutely not then. Right. Shall we go for the Kingsmoot? Let's do it. No, I'm going to assume this actually gives us the opportunity to, well, firstly designate our heir as this guy. I'm going to assume this is actually the Kingsmoot, and we haven't missed something. Wait, I'm the only one that gets a vote on that? Maybe I put up an heir, and then all the vassals... There's an event-driven system where the vassals vote on it. That's what I'm thinking is going to happen. Okay. Right, fair enough. Okay, well that might work out a lot better for me. As long as I nominate a good heir, then we can't possibly lose. It also means I don't have to worry about killing off my brothers, getting the Kinslayer trait, sending them to the Night's Watch, whatever. Alright, some Salt Wives, eh? What does she have? Some pretty good books, okay. What about you? She's a genius. She's 42, though, nah. We sold Stack of Grain. Okay, well, we stole his grain, at least. Awesome. Do we want to become an enemy of Lord Robber? Yeah, I'm going to say yes. Why not? Send in the guard. I'm trying to find valuable targets just to help build up some cash while we're still waiting to go to war. Oh, the Arbor. Right, let's have a look at the Arbor. Ironwood's apparently quite rich. Got some silk cloths. Let's have a look at Dawn. Yeah, nothing particularly good, just books and everything. The Arbor has a lot of gold, if not many artifacts. Holy shit, they've got a lot of gold. Alright, there's high demand for jewellery in the trade. Okay, perfect. Well, guess what I've got for you, my friend. Let's, what is it? Deliver trade goods, send the jewellery shipment, 409 gold. Thank you very much. That worked out really well. Holy shit. I've grown tired of the cynical ways of Annika? Sure. And a conviction that everybody lies. Sure. What a weird event. Okay, contact affiliated artisans. We can apparently... Our supposed turn grain and pots into... Oh, okay, so grain and potteries we can turn to alcohol. Yeah, let's do it. Go for it. Alright, and we can actually buy that stall now. Wait, did we already buy a stall? Yeah, we did, okay. Instead, let's buy a caravan then. My young son Harren is mastering the art of swordsmanship. I should be forcing him to train. Actually, he's got curious. It's not bad. What about my other son? I think they need to be 6, don't they? Oh, 8. Alright, fair enough. What about this kid? I assume because he's just trained, we can't actually get him to do it again. Something comes through in panic. He says there's an intruder in your home. We'll face him and fight him. I don't think we've ever failed that event. Alright, alcohol. Let's find out what alcohol does. Alcohol can use to improve morale or win surprise while lowering revolt risk. Awesome. We're actually doing quite a lot with this trade guild now. How long till we can level up? We need 2,000 assets, half if you have the master trader. Oh, that's very cool. Right. So the dev said we get that from random, or there's a chance during trading to actually gain that. So I'm going to assume if we say prepare a caravan or something like that. Let's request a trade routes map. Let's have a look at the revolts map and see where we can actually send goods. Right. So which provinces have shipments and caravans? Okay. So no shipment here. Right. Okay. So this is what the dev was talking about when I did this before. Said I should have had a look at the tooltip so we can actually see what they've got. So we know this guy has grain. What do these people have? Am I hovering over the wrong province there? Let's try that again. So they actually don't have anything. Alcohol. Triple taxation. Oh, weird. Linen shipments. So I guess this is just a cheap way of getting very particular goods. Alright, so with that in mind, let's go ahead and send a caravan out. Let's give them a lot of funds. Why not? And we can send some levy, I guess. Levy size minus 50%. Seeing as we don't know how long that lasts, I suppose it depends on the distance from the province you're actually sending the caravan. Let's just send some mercenaries instead. I'd rather have peace of mind that we've got our levy ready just in case we're attacked or anything like that. And something else we can do here is I'm going to actually send some stones to Pike. Just because that's actually going to give us 30% time modifier on our build time. That's a lot. Like, that's a pretty significant amount. So if we do that in combination with overseeing construction, just because we've got a lot of cash available, if we do that and also oversee construction with our Master of Coin, we might be down, yeah, look at that, 1 day to actually build up some of our provinces here. So we could upgrade our retinue size in a day. I don't think that's probably worth it. We probably want to focus on maybe tax, something like that, to get a quicker turnaround on our investment. Let's take a look, see what we've got the option of here. And why don't we have a look, actually see what some of the other buildings that we can't build require. So, Royal Captain Barracks 10. Okay, fair enough. So a lot of these seem to give morale, specialized troops, that type of thing. Right, okay. So we actually need a lot of high-level buildings for some of these. Sure, okay. Why don't we go for, in that case... So we know we need professional barracks. That is unfortunately a tax modifier down. So what I'll say is, let's go for all the tax income initially, so we can build up enough cash, so that when we do eventually build these things, it won't hit us too hard. Obviously, we want money to be able to invest in the first place, and the best way to do that is obviously building up the money over time to begin with. So let's start with the jewelry seller. Just build these instantly. That's so good. Right, sure. You can help fund this. Now, how much gold are we getting? 33 gold a month. So what I'll do is I'll just sit here while we've still got this 1 day modifier and just keep building things up. I put down a trading stall in Pike, and now obviously I've been doing some trading at the market, selling some finished goods, and actually got the apprentice trade. Now, ideally, we probably want to get this before we actually rank up, because that's going to take a very long time to save up the assets necessary. So let's try and get Master Trader, I think it was called. Yeah. And obviously we get bonuses out of that as well, so there's absolutely no downside to trying to get this. And they want us to build a city. Wow. Okay, that's what, like 700 gold? Let's find a province where we can build one. We can build a city there for 612. Don't remember in Pike. 700 gold if you want us to build one in a Lord Sport. Okay, I'm going to save it for that. And we'll build a fresh city. This better give us a lot of assets. That seems quite expensive. I might have accidentally named both of my sons Harren. Harren? And Harren. Oh, shit. Well, I've been doing a lot of trading over the course of the past few months as Harag. We had something weird happen then. The Mountain Clans recently fell into a period of interregnum, with the Great Council of Nobles being called to determine their heir. So, the Vale is completely destroyed, and in fact, the Iron Throne is an absolute mess, ripe for us to pick apart. Now, I'd like to point out the size of Harrenhal as well. One of my vassals used a favour to force another vassal into a faction. Now, I think it was this guy used it on this guy. Now, look, they're 134% strength of liege. So, if I'm not mistaken, we can actually declare... Oh, right, we've got raiders up, haven't we? Holy shit. That's almost 2,000 gold. Okay, well, let's get them home so I can carry on with my various trading. We've had a lot of kids as well in the meantime, mainly because we've taken some salt wives, obviously, from raiding through salt wives here. So we've got Aria here, who has brilliant. We have Gisela, who's also brilliant. We have Rodera, who's actually terrible and going to go and thrown into the ocean. Roel, brilliant, tall, homely. Not terrible, it's just slightly worse than usual, so not too bad. Obviously, Harren the second, Harren the third, I suppose, technically, who's brilliant. Then we have, who else have we got? Loranza? Sure. Brilliant and tall. And then, obviously, Harren the second? Either way, we've got a lot of kids, and a lot of them have that genius trait as well, which is coming very, very handy. We're back with 2,000 gold and 1,000 prestige. Holy shit. Let's go to the market. We've built a war chest, finally. What do we want to do now, then? I suppose become exalted amongst men. We're actually... Wait, we're not already exalted? What do we need? 6,000 prestige. Right, got it. Let's sell some goods. So I've picked up a lot of goods in the meantime. We've got... what have I picked up since we last left off? Lumber, steel ingots, just bits and bobs, really, that I've been acquiring here and there. So let's try and sell some things. Now, what do we want to sell, then? We try selling some alcohol. We've got a lot of alcohol. We don't have any jewelry or anything. We could try meat, wool, hides, ivory, and silk. We actually have a lot of those. We have wool and silk, so let's try and sell some of those and just see if we can't make any money out of this. What do we want to sell? Wool, or silk? So someone's offering actually a decent amount for our wool there. 223. Whoa, the silk was worth a lot. Yeah, okay. So I was right about the silk being quite a valuable commodity. So we're going to gain, what's that? 630, 641 gold? 642 gold? Absolutely, I'll take that. Awesome. And we contact affiliated artisans. What can we make then? I wonder what we've got that we can craft. Apparently nothing? Oh, right, there we are. Oh, we've got steel and wood. Right, so we can make weapons. Have you made your weapon fit for a rule of steel and gems? So this is just, as I recall, a discount way of getting weapons, armor, jewelry. You know what you would get from the search for a smith option. So actually what we probably want to make is weapons. So we can actually deploy them in our provinces. Now let's put our troops down. If I'm not mistaken then, we are actually able to declare an invasion now. So I got Zealous, because we've had Theology now for about what's got to be a decade at this stage. So let's see if we can do it. Oh, I like to see that button. Now, what are we going to invade? I think Seaguard. I think we pretty much all came to that conclusion that Seaguard would be the best one. Mainly because it gives us all of these sort of coastal provinces that are only a sea away from what we've got already. We also might want to pick apart the north whilst it's weak. Now, the Iron Throne itself is actually up in the north. Or the capital of what's left of the Iron Throne, that is. What are they being sieged by? It's not White Walkers, is it? Doesn't look like it. Alright. Let's do it. Let's launch an invasion. Now, how many men have you got? 8,800. You're also in a rebellion against King Kavan the Usurper. They're a de jure war, actually. They're not a rebellion. We've got 17,000 men. They had, what, 8,000, was it? 8,000, 9,000 men. We can definitely win that fairly easily. Let's... Oh, look at our council as well. Full of loyalists. Let's maybe change some laws. So, right now our heir has 1 vote. And all of our vassals are, unsurprisingly, voting for themselves. I imagine that means that the King's Moot will be between these 4 characters. Now, I have given my son some gifts. I've given him all the extra artifacts that we can't use, so when he comes of age, I'll equip them. Given him some gemstones, and he can actually use that book as well. So he's getting a little bit of monthly prestige here and there. Yeah, the King's Moot is going to be interesting, because I've not actually seen the mechanics behind that. We don't want to go reaving right now. What do we want to do? Let's deploy our weapons and armor. Levy size plus 20%. Now, seeing as we're not reinforced, that actually might not be the best idea right now. We could always wait for them to reinforce, then deploy it. I wonder if it's... if we would have to reinforce up to that new levy size amount, or whether the troops come with the... Wouldn't make sense, I suppose, if they came with the weapons and armor. Our daughter, Loranza. I'm going to go stewardship. And sure, I'm happy to spend that. The weapon you made in order's ready. You weren't quite what sure they would make, but the results seem lethal enough. Wow, look at that. Okay, sure. We got a lot of... So, 3% chance of any of these items. Scimitar of Fortune. Did I accidentally click the wrong one and they've actually crafted as a personal weapon? Looks very cool, though. Prestige is pretty good. Hey, you know what? That would make a really good weapon to give to our heir. We can keep the Valyria Steel one. They can have that. Seeing as I was only granting them that 4 prestige anyway, that's a really good option. Because what else has he got? He's got Fine Scimitar. So he's giving double the prestige that his current artifacts get. Okay. Every cloud. Right. Let's deploy our weapons and armor now. I feel like I've been waiting a long time for this. So how long does that last? Visited by a caravan. Levy size plus 20%. That lasts for another 3 years. Okay, awesome. You can have designated region. Why not? A Summer Island Magistrate offered to tutor my ward for a price. So he's got quite a high chance of gaining some stewardship. 30% chance of getting greedy. 30% chance of getting diligent. I'm happy to pay that for diligent. Didn't get anything. He did get the stewardship, actually. That's good. My king, Rock Riverblood, has... Oh, right, he's referring to me. My king, Rock Riverblood, has been defeated. His reign of misrule has come to an end, and stability has been brought to King's Landing. The council has named myself as his heir and shall henceforth rule the Iron Throne as your king. Not my king. You're no king of mine. Not. Not my king. Dactyl webbing. What the... Oh, gross. Okay, well, at least the Iron Throne is back in King's Landing now. Has he brought the artifacts back, at least? Yes, he has. Okay. Right, so this guy had all the artifacts for some reason. I'm not sure why. Sure, let's launch that invasion. Before the Iron Throne becomes stable enough to stop us. Right. Seaguard. Let's raise the men. We've got 19,000. And obviously we will have some reinforcements waiting for us if we need them. I don't think we will. Get you guys on the boats. Now, can they call in allies into this? I should have probably checked. The Casus Belli. Doesn't matter too much, I guess. Should have probably checked his allies as well, just in case he's got any of the other Lords Paramounts or anything like that. So let's have a look. What have you got? King of the Reach, they're a non-aggression pact. Yeah, no allies, so we're fine. We don't actually need that many boats. Holy shit, we've got a lot of boats. I don't want to disband all of them. Right, hang on a second. Let's try that again. Go on your boats. Everybody else over there. Let's try that again. My mistake. Alright. Merge those, get the troops off. Right, I wanted to split it in half. Because I think half is just about where we need to be right now. Let's give us 370. Yeah, that's fine. That's not too bad. Let's auto-balance these armies a little bit, so we're leading more troops relatively. Will on there, Harren on there. Are these really our best commanders? Can I get someone better than this? Oh, God, our commanders are actually terrible. Right. Let's sort that out before we go into quite a large war. Employ a new courtier. We want a sellsword. What do you like? You're better than some of them. You're still pretty terrible, though. We might have to invite some to our court. Alright, let's reset everything. Join court, yes. And sort by marshal. Well, you're actually not terrible. I don't know if I can name you a commander, though, because you're a woman. I'm not sure how gender equality affects who we can assign right now. Thank you very much. Hurry up, please. For the love of God, we need commanders. Okay. Let's sack you. Replace it with you. No, yeah, we couldn't name her as a commander anyway. To be fair, we've got some really terrible commanders, so anybody is better than some of these guys we've got. Right. Okay. Harren will replace with Tanal. Pretty good. 27, 15, 12. That's alright, I guess. Not incredible, but alright. They're not raiders or anything. Nope. Okay, let's take Seaguard. Now, where's the capital of the Trident? It's down in Wayfarer's Rest. They actually lost River Run. Oh, they haven't lost it. They've just given it to a member of their house. Weird. Now, I'm assuming as this is an invasion, we do need to take all the top-level holdings of each province. So let's split these guys up so we're not attritioned into the floor. Is it winter? Did I invade during winter? No. We just got low supply, I guess. No technology, so it's not like we can change our military organization or anything. So I made a large investment a while ago for ivory, and we actually got a huge amount back from that. 3 crates of ivory. Awesome. Right. Theomore on that one. Yeah. Okay, you're not bad. Let's get Maron and Meldred. Let's also balance that. Okay, we're in a pretty good state. We can just siege that down. Oh, maybe not. Maybe let's not siege that down again. Oh, and nothing. 4%. We get a lot of battle war score, I assume, seeing as he's got a pretty decent amount of troops. Do want to be careful, though. I don't want to siege this down too often. Especially as they've got a lot of defenders in some of these provinces. Especially, look at Seaguard, for example. 5,000 men, 6,000 men. Pentoshiman wants to try and train my son, Harren. Well, we're training the son in diplomacy, so absolutely. Oh, he got content. That's probably good for someone we don't want to be our heir, though. Got Horsey. Horsey's the worst trait. Oh, you stupid child. You could be so great, and you're ruining it for yourself. Have you got any good martial? Oh, hang on. Rogon. Diligent. Ambitious. Good, good, good. Kind. Chaste. Skilled fighter. Okay. Brilliant commander. Tempting. What about us? What have we really got going for us compared to that? Actually, nothing great. Let's switch to rulership focus so we can maybe try and get a diligent before this guy comes of age. Can we force him to train? Maybe because we're at war. Oh, he's still not old enough. Wow, it's really not that much time passed. Okay. Harren asked me, if a tree falls in the woods and nobody's there to hear it, does it make a noise? 77% chance of diligent. Done. Why couldn't that have been other Harren? You picked the wrong Harren. Alright, let's move you guys through to Rushmore. Hopefully the attrition won't be too bad as they're only moving through that. I lose minus 30 prestige, so I'm going to gain 30 prestige in theory. No, I actually did lose 30 prestige. No thanks, we're good. Important decisions, so I assume that's just, yeah, that's just market-related stuff. Why not? Let's go to the market in the middle of a war. Let's see what we can get. Why don't we try and sell some gifts like ivory. I wonder if we could do anything with ivory. See what we got here. We can sell some more silk cloths. Might as well. We've got a fair amount sitting around for what I recall. We can raise mercenaries as well if we need to. Now, that's what I'm trying to keep a lot of money for, just in case we get a repeat of what happened last time we invaded River Run. I space sure. Excuse me? Oh, was that trade post? Right, okay, it was trade post. That's not a problem. My king, His Grace, King Not, has taken his last breath. Who is on the Iron Throne now? Could be goddamn anyone at this stage. King Skull the Handsome. Okay, fair enough. I'm not sure why he's got that, seeing as he doesn't have. I thought you could only get that if you had the attractive trait. Look, we're getting washed up in things that really aren't important here. We're launching the first big ironborn raid, and I'm like, oh, this guy doesn't seem that attractive. Oh, look at that. There we go. Oh, right. Okay, so that actually gives a significant amount of boosts. So we actually got a boost on the city for a good 20 years as well. Thank you. I appreciate that. Obviously, we're going to get some tax out of it too, so it's not all bad. It did cost us a lot of money, though, but we are rolling in cash at this stage. Well, that was unexpected. I thought I only had like 1% left. Okay, let's have a look at these salt wives. No, thank you. None of you are any good at all. That cost me a lot of troops. I wish I hadn't done that in hindsight. That was very stupid. I thought it was only something like 1%, so I didn't think an assault would actually affect it too much. Right, 55%. I think we are going to win this. Let's move you over to finish off the siege on Seaguard there. Now, as it's an invasion, we only need a top-level holding. I'm just doing this for war score. Although, I suppose there is better targets if we're just going for pure war score. Let's just siege the top level. Increase the guard, obviously. Reports about highway robber bands get more and more frequent. Sending caravans will be more complicated. Hire additional guards. Sure. Gwyneth asks... Okay, it's just some random... Sure. Random courtier. We can counter siege our trade post. I thought that was a castle with 13 defenders then. Oh, they actually don't have that many anyway. This should be quite an easy war then. Sure. Whatever. Where are your troops? You are at war with the Westlands, aren't you? What, those are all your troops? Where are the rest of your troops, I should say? Let's get our spy master scouting things out. Oh, we can't... Damn, that's a shame. We could do that, I suppose. So we can see a couple here and there. I was going to say we can't study tech, which is my normal go-to, because at least you get something out of that, but... Alright, okay, fair enough. This shouldn't take too long. We'll be at 55%. Prince Harren is arbitrary. Let's get rid of that, definitely. Just in case we do end up playing as this guy. Can we not force you to train? Oh, we can't be a commander. Right, okay, fair enough. Young Harren is mastering the art of sorcery. So this is our heir. Right. He's indolent and haughty. This is really, really bad. He's going to come out terribly. Okay. Fair enough. Interesting, sure. Oh, we've actually lost too many troops to finish off that siege there. I think we'll still be okay. Oh, there's 4,000 men. So why don't we actually go ahead and sweep those up? Swap sieges here. You wait here. You guys change to this siege because you can actually finish that off. Sorry, hang on a minute. I've just got to deal with this trespasser. We'll move the 7,000 stack up to here. Assault wife? Who have we got? You or... Oh, she's solid, which isn't great, and she's 47, so no, never mind. Alright. This actually might give us enough war score to potentially wrap this war up. 5,000 men versus 7,000. Let's lead these troops rather than the smaller army. Alright, men, here we go. Prepare to die, Vibrant scum. I imagine we're going to win this easily. 40? Yeah, not a problem. Do you want to take him prisoner? He might be a valuable prisoner, seeing as he is a duke. He's also a good commander. Ooh, that was a... Took more losses than I was hoping. Let's, again, siege this. Any good... 34 with Midas touch. So that doesn't give fertility in this, does it? No. 42? No. Goodbye. Alright. We'll finish the siege and we will hunt down what's left of their army. Right, 96%. In fact, this, if we take out this stack here, might win us the war. 92%? What happened there? Did they siege something of mine? Not sure. Go back to Wayfarer's Rest. 100%. There we go. We're back. We're back on the mainland. That's all that matters. Yes. We've achieved some things. Oh, wow. We actually took everything. And we took a load of books as well. So, because we didn't finish the siege of Martlet Bay, this guy is now our vassal. In the future, I need to remember that the best thing to do is actually to siege everything so we can make new vassals for these provinces, rather than risking it. We can invest in a technological advance? I don't think we can. Technological advancement is not present in Westeros. What is giving us the ability? Oh, maybe through the Emperor? Learning? Marshal? Why are we getting tech points? Where are we getting these tech points from? Maybe it's the trade guild or something, yeah? Not sure. Okay, right. Interesting. Let's leave it there. I've got a lot of land to dish out. Look at that. That's a good start. Why don't we take out Harrenhal? Because we were actually at peace with them. Oh, I should say we don't have a truce with them. Let's take out Harrenhal. Maybe we can claim... well, we can at least claim this bit, if nothing else, whatever this duchy is, so the crossing we can take. Pretty large duchy as well. Very viable, decent, strategic duchy, I should say. Because it leads directly to the north as well, so we're going to separate the north and the south. Awesome. Thank you for watching. See you next time.